Another beautiful day on the surface.
The Never Summer playtest went live at 8 p.m. on February 27th. Because this was an entirely new copy of the game, I had to spend the first few hours doing the early quests in order to unlock all the rest of the quests. The one that took me the longest was the quest when you have to get the 4 large med packs. Usually you can just spawn at the med bay in Elephant Mausoleum, but because that entrance costed a bunch of water in the test, and because Faction Reputation was bugged, I couldn't use that entrance. By the way, Eurasian Faction Rep appears to still be bugged, although European Rep seems to be working correctly now. Anyway, the point is, after I finally turned in that quest, I noticed something weird. There were missions showing up for the Stairway gate level, even though that level was still locked and had not been mentioned in the document they gave us explaining the major changes. So I looked at the playtest Discord channel, and I saw that other people had also noticed the same thing. Not too long after that, the community manager left a message saying that Stairway Gate was not actually a part of the test build and apologizing for any confusion the inclusion of the quest had caused. Which was a goddamn lie, because they updated the playtest build and added the Stairway Gate like hours later. Knowing that this was a version of the map that would only exist for a couple days, I of course had just one mission: escape the map. I have escaped every map in this game, except for Ashen Mesa and Scorched Enclave. I actually might be willing to pay like a real bounty if anyone knows how to escape those maps. Maps are always the easiest to escape when they first drop. When the early access first came out, Mech Trenches was hilariously easy to escape, but over time they patched just about every hole that doesn't require a jump pack to access. Stairway Gate is a unique level though, and I feel like maybe they built it like this just to try to keep me in it. The entire level is basically a floating platform with a very large gap between the playable map and any other terrain. After circling the map, it became clear that there isn't really any way to escape, despite the total lack of minefields, which are the primary obstacle in escaping most levels. However, that does not mean that I didn't find anything. I did notice a couple of things. If you go inside the left part of the gate at the bottom of the level and up the stairs, you'll hit a part where the stairs are broken. Well, you can actually use the jump pack to bypass the broken bit and continue going up the stairs. Sadly though, it eventually just leads to a dead end. I was able to push my face through the ceiling, but I couldn't escape the stairwell. Fundog developers, this is a great spot to put an Easter egg or something. On the opposite side of the gate, you can use the jump pack to get up onto this lip in the level geometry above the door. Then, once I stop jumping, you can follow the lip around the corner, and you can jump back up again to get on top of the gate. The destroyed buildings on each side of the gate mostly have no collision, but everything in the center does. For all I know, this could actually be different now. I made a loop around the gate, but still wasn't able to find any places to jump to. So you're going to see me incessantly marking the ground in front of myself. I'm going to explain that by giving a shout out to another channel called Mr. Past Glory, who is a fellow appreciator of out of bounds exploration. He made a video about actual tech for exploring out of bounds. You can check terrain collision by marking and also by using the grenade launcher. I'll link his video in the description, just because I will certainly be using these strategies in the future. Okay, so I wasn't really able to escape the level, but I did manage to find a couple things, so I was satisfied enough. I had to work the day that the test was scheduled to end, so I wrote a final thoughts document for my remaining feedback on the test, and then I went to bed, assuming that the test would be over by the time I got home from work the next day. But then they extended the playtest by another 10 hours, so I had another chance. One more shot at glory. Present glory. Still, I really didn't find anything. But there was one thing that I had noticed on a previous run. The hangar doors at the top of the level had no collision. You could walk right through them. But the small area on the other side had no platforms to jump to or bits to climb. I was thinking about another Mr. Past Glory video where he found a giant invisible floor in mech trenches that they added in an update. So I was looking around to see if there were any invisible platforms that might be lurking nearby. And then I saw it. Oh. Oh. Oh, there's ground down there. Oh, I know what I have to do. So, falling damage is a little bit bugged in the Forever Winter, but only if you fall really, really far. Once you fall a certain distance, the damage calculation gets messed up somehow, and it becomes more of a dice roll to see if you'll survive or not. Sometimes you'll only take a few hundred damage. Sometimes you'll die just like you're supposed to. Oh. Oh shit, I actually lived. Uh-oh. Okay, now I kind of need to talk about something. There's a special reason why I'm obsessed with getting out of bounds in this game. It's because it terrifies me. Something about the combination of the game's ambient noises and the constant threat of falling through the world just puts me on edge. Especially when you have to walk below the ground. Ugh. Makes my skin crawl. I actually never much cared about getting out of bounds in any other game before this. My fear is my excuse, though, for doing such a poor job of exploring this place that potentially no one will ever be able to return to again. I wish I had had a flashlight. I wish I had explored more thoroughly. I wish for a lot of things. Maybe someone will get back here again one day. But I'm just going to let the rest of this footage play out, because I don't really have much else to say. Maybe you'll get a sense of why I go to these places and why they're so creepy.